Hi YouTube, how are you? I'm doing okay, not bad. I'm going to talk today about I have a system of cutting ties with people. Um, I don't care who they are, parents, kids, spouses, friends. I'll tell you a little bit about I cut ties with a long-term friend, and I'll tell you why I did too. I'll just take stock in what a person's going through in their lives and how they deal with things emotionally and whether or not they have the emotional maturity to be in my life or if they cause more harm in my life or other people's lives that I can't deal with. And they might be okay for a little while and then that behavior, which is like the cluster B behaviors of like narcissism, psychopathy, whatever. There's several, but you recognize the personality traits and you think to yourself, okay, is this actually uh, um, emotional illness or is this self-centered excuse my language. So sometimes it takes a while to recognize what that is. Also, in the meantime, you have to ask yourself whether it's actually emotional illness or selfishness or evil or whatever it is, whether or not you're going to tolerate that in your life. Like for instance, one thing that I will not tolerate is prejudice. I see that. You're out of my life immediately. I do not care. You can't make any excuses to come back in. You're unwelcome and unworthy in this human family that we have. So just that right there is enough, and you're gone. Bye. Bye, Alicia, you know, or whoever and whatever. But here's another infraction that I will not put up with. I'll tell you about it. People that, excuse me, I think I need another cigarette or another friend. No, uh, people that draw you in with their kindness and then hit you with the other hand when you're not looking. It's like, look, look, slap, you know, happens too much. And then I make a plan. I have a system. When I see this type of behavior with people, I say, well, yeah, after a while, it's like the next time you do that, you're out of my life. I don't give any warnings. Um, well, I will prior to that. It's like this behavior is inexcusable and you need to die because of it because you're actually harming people's hearts and that type of thing in the world. So, if you have people like that in your life, it's up to you whether you want to keep them in your life or not. But I'm not available for that type of abuse. So, I said in my mind, when this happens again, and I was pretty sure it was going to, you're out of my life. And there's no getting back in. So that's just the way that is because you don't treat people kindly like they're your family members one moment and then treat them like your punching bag or your doormat another day. It just doesn't work like that. I mean, I'm not talking about um, a misunderstanding or altercation or somebody that maybe has physical sickness and they got the crabbies or something on a certain day. No, I'm talking about physical patterns that people have, like if some chunky ass bitch has to go to work and doesn't know that unless you're entirely rich, physical work is a part of all of our lives. And then it's, and I'm not going to even say he or she, it's just a fucking it. It's a blob of nothingness that you or I don't need in our lives. And there's no way in hell that I'd ever share any videos from a person. This is what I heard. If I don't share this work, they're not going to listen to mine. Well, yeah, you, who cares? I may only have many friends I can count on my hand, but they're better than that. If somebody tells me they're not going to do something for me unless I do something for them, get the fuck out of my life. Go away, don't come back. First off, you can't bait or threaten or manipulate me with anything. So, what I do, my system is I let them go for a while and I see if it's actually mental, physical, or spiritual. And especially on a spiritual note, you're going to pay for that for and with me and trying to manipulate my feelings. Because when you hurt a bad person, you deserve every bad you get in your life after that. So that's where I'm at today. Cut off a long time friend, and it was a long time coming, you know. I tried and tried and tried, and this is somebody that even interrupted other friendships that I had, tried to come in between people. And especially, I know somebody that watches me that you know what I'm talking about too. You saw it, we saw it. Um, and there was only one reason for that was the manipulation of the whole situation. So, yeah. Anyway, we might have a little bit of an interruption. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. But I just wanted to touch on that really quick that, yeah, I'll give people chances. And if I recognize something in them that I feel a connection of some sort, or for some reason, I may not realize right away that it was orchestrated by the dark cabal to work against me, because then I'll be in a really happy mood and turn on a video and then all of a sudden slap. It's like, wow, what was pleasant all of a sudden turned into a bunch of, and talk about trying to wreck somebody's day. I'm not allowing it. So that happened too many times through the years. It's like, nope, no, no more. Now when I see that in people and I see it just a little bit, you're gone. You're already gone. I've thrown away parents, kids, adult kids, but I mean, whoever you are in my life, if you're a shady, low life, low vibing piece of shit, you're gone. I don't care who you are. And I'm not afraid to say your name. I'm just not going to give you the recognition of it. And I don't even know if they'll be watching because I like wiped it clean. So I got a little more deep cleaning to do on the situation, but yeah. And don't ever, ever, ever mess with me again because I'll come to where you're at and take care of business. And you won't ever know. So, anyway, yeah, think what you want. So, anyway, yeah, I'm a little pissed off, and I have been for about a day. And I thought, no, I'm just gonna wait to express my feelings till I'm not as angry. I mean, I wasn't to the point where I let it wreck my day or anything. Um, I was going through some other things too, and certainly didn't need a dumping on by some chunky ass bitch. But um, whatever. If you got a bubble butt, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking at you or reference to anything. I'm talking about the attitude within a person. Uh, anyway, but a lot of times you can tell the personality of a person by their anatomy. You know. Well, anyway, or they're. I'm big boned. No, you're not. Got a fat head, but you're not big boned. You know, that type of feeling. So I think everybody's cute if they merit that, you know. So anyway, yeah, my mouth can get bad, and I'm trying not to go there with everybody today. You didn't do anything to me, or if you're here and you did, keep looking over your shoulder, 'cause your time's coming. So anyway, cheers, everybody. Hope your week has been going well. Mine's been okay. Could have been, like I say, a little better. We've been going through some things, so sometimes life isn't hard enough. They just have to make it a little harder for you. Yeah, like we haven't worked hard enough in our life and haven't been through enough hell. We need yours too. Yeah, that's it. Put your pains on everybody else. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That'll wipe away all the hard work you have to do. Does anybody else feel like I do? I don't care what job I'm doing or where I'm at. I'm going to do an excellent job wherever I'm at, and I'm going to have a good day doing it. Is there anybody else like that out there? You know, I mean, why not, right? you know, so, yeah, it's irritating, especially middle-aged people. I mean, when you get to be above 40, 50 years old, if you're over 30 and you're still a twat, you're going to die a twat, most likely. If you don't have your shit together by the time you're in your 20s and have a pretty set plan on who you are, if you have integrity and values and morals and that type of thing, don't expect people to change. They're not going to. They will learn how to hide it better, but they're assholes. So you make a decision. Do you give them a few more chances? A good way to cut ties, and it is painful, but set a date. It's like the next time this bitch does something shady, you're gone, and stick to it. It's like when I ran away, when I was done and went to the courts and started procedures for emancipation or a divorce, whatever it was. It's like I went down, I got um separation papers, so I wasn't responsible for my ex's um financial problems, making his financial problems mine. So I got a legal separation even before the divorce went through, you know. Then he divorced me, and I could have cared less. I kicked him out. I didn't care if I got divorced or not at that point. I could have cared less. I was not looking. for anything or anybody, and I'm still like that. Well, there's one personification of Christ that if that person actually could prove to me who they were with carrying that heart, I'll know. And I do know. So, other than that, I mean, within people, that's all I care about. If you don't carry a part of that, and that has nothing to do with any religion or anybody's anything, you know. And um, it's not these people passing around quotes out of the Bible or up there preaching, thinking that there's something that they're not. That's never, ever going to touch my heart. That's repulsive because you don't even know what you're talking about. And then when these clowns give their interpretation of what something means, that makes it even worse, you know? Oh, yeah. Yeah, through the years, I've been really pissed enough to really make a road trip and confront this person in person. It's like, yeah, you got a big fucking mouth over that internet, don't you? You know? So, and I felt like that more than once. And yeah, anyway. So, or these men think, oh, well, on not just men either. Excuse me, guys, fellas, men, gentlemen. Especially if you're a gentleman, excuse me. I don't mean to be dumping on people just because of your one or the other gender, one of the two genders. you know, supposed to be a meeting of the minds, not what I can pull out of my body. Oh, I got a man in there? I don't think so. No, I'm not trying to get in touch with my inner male, you know. I don't have an inner male. I'm really thankful too. How come these people that want to be trans, um, do you want to keep both things? Like, what's that called? You know, just wondering. Is there a word for that? I mean, if you're actually not a hermaphrodite, which is a exclusively very rare thing, and it's a physical thing, because either your estrogen or your testosterone is going to be stronger in the person that you are, and that's who you are. Don't let any of these unscientific clowns try and tell you that just because a seahorse can adapt to being a male or a female. No, they are not. They are at that time the female that lays those eggs or the male that spermiates it. One of the two. When they make that decision, it's kind of like a marriage, but they don't change genders. And people do not do that. Well, I mean, naturally. So whatever. I'm just sick of the freaks. Whatever. Go off each other. Do whatever you want to do, but just leave me alone. And I should have known years ago when I seen this person mimicking like it was giving head and it's a man. It's like, oh, I should have known. I thought it was a joke. It was part of a skit, but looking back, it wasn't all that funny. Yeah. So, yeah, I should have known then something was wrong, but I didn't. Or did I? Maybe I did. Yeah. Actually, I knew it was part of Doug's bloodline, and I was trying to get them to talk to each other because of the what I would call expanding man situation, the Christ spirit within people coming together. Some men realize that and they entertain other people with grace because of that. Other people are not going to ascend. Putting it quite frankly, you're stuck and there's nothing you can do about it. How important would it be to win somebody's heart that could actually help you or harm you? I think it would be important, but people don't seem to look at other human beings like that. They look at them as a commodity or somebody's, like I say, doormat or therapist or, you know, yeah, I'm a trained counselor, but, you know, you don't ride for free. I expect something in return, at least honesty and gratitude for friendship. If you don't have that, I don't need you. You don't know what loyalty or good friendship is. You don't deserve it. If you're like that. Yeah. So that's what's been on my mind lately. Yeah. Oh, I do think there is going to be an interruption. Not a big deal, I think. Perhaps. Just a second. Yep, I am making a video. Want to say hi? I am making a video. Do you want to say hi? Doug says hi. So he's out there freezing. He's got some outside work to do. He was out there yesterday. It's pretty cold for working, you know. So, yeah. So, and like I say, there's really nothing that I say or do or think that I can't talk to Doug about. Nothing, nobody, or no one. And when I run across people that have to uh like you can't be friends out here with people because of why um your spouse. Wow, that's not very friendly. Who are you and what are you? If you can be friends with somebody on the down low, but you can't up front in life, it's like, wow, what do we need that for? We don't need that at all, you know? So if you got people that are treating you like they're half-hearted in the whole situation, it's like if I make a friend and I tell Doug this is my friend, this is the reason why I like this person, I expect that to be respected, you know? but I don't get the same in return from people. I literally stuck up for a person that treats me like I don't exist, you know? And I really do believe it's because um these are married people that are rather loose, and they think that, yikes, they think everybody is like that, and they're not. So they have a guilty complex and can't go into healthy relationships with people because they don't know the first thing about it, you know. So, and I think that's what's going on actually. But I don't care. I don't have time for that shit. This is what happened one time on this person's channel I'm talking about, was asking for money for themselves. So people sent that money, and he ended up giving it to like family and whatever, and instead of using it for what was said it was going to be used for, and ended up losing a lot of subs and potential friends because of the just the underhanded. I mean, it probably wasn't intentional at the beginning going into it, but how it ended up, and there was nothing more said about it, like it was just okay. It's like if I got on here and said I needed money for myself, and my friends or people that cared about me, they're like, here, let me help you. And then I said, well, I didn't really use it for myself. I sent it to my kids, you know. But it wasn't meant for the kids, that type of feeling, you know. Yeah. Just little things that were inappropriate, I thought. And even after that, it should have been like, I'm really sorry if you meant it to go to me and I sent it somewhere else. Was I deceiving you? Well, maybe not, but I had changed my mind after I had that and saw the need of somebody else. Um, it still was brushed off like it wasn't a big deal. And this is a person that tried to use their charm, uh, charming the opposite sex, which didn't work on me, by the way, um, to get what they wanted in life. You know, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I felt bad. I felt bad for some of these people that fell into that, you know. Even like one time I was going to help somebody that actually was hungry, but he was baiting women on the internet to send them money through like PayPal or whatever. I didn't have any kind of credit cards. I don't owe anybody a thing on this planet, and I deal in cash. But I said, if you can give your address or even email it to me, I'll send you a box of stuff. And I thought, well, I got so much money and stuff I can put in this box that'll give them enough food for even like a month or something, and some extra money in there is what I was going to do. I told Doug, I said, I'm going to do this for this person. But then they started acting all shitty. It's like you're just out here trying to get money from stupid women, you know? And he was chunky enough. He could have used some days of fasting, so I didn't feel too bad after that, you know. But I almost was stupid enough to send a care package. Yeah, enough of that, you know. I mean, if I see you in person and you need help, I'm going to help you. But I won't be sending nothing over the internet to nobody. And If you think you're going to win the lottery on something that I might see in the future, I'll never help you. You already lost just wanting all those monies. So that's what's been on my mind this last day. So, last couple days. Some of you know who I'm talking about, too. Guy's a dick. Can be charming when he wants to be, but not enough to be a close and loyal friend. Too shady, too cruel, in the piece of shit category. So, yeah, if you hurt me, you lost. Way big. So, some people find that out too late, and by then, I don't care. I'm already done. So, it's like post people. I'll send some through that are funny about an ex or something, and I usually send it to Doug first, you know? So, um, that type of thing. So it's not, I'm not beating myself up for lost relationships. I don't care. Um, they don't enter my mind after I cut ties, and if it tries to creep in, it'll make me even angrier that I wasted my time, and that makes the tie cut even harder and a greater distance every time I think about it. So there's no going back, is what I'm saying. Once I'm there, I'm done. So, and if people value that, they'll make it apparent to me. In fact, I did unfriend, unsub, un whatever with somebody I'm rather close to now. And they came to my Facebook and asked if we could get back together and talk about what maybe differences we had. And guess what? We're friends, and I respect that in a big way. I would say best of friends, and you know who you are. I respect you for that. You have my love. That's adoration. That's loyalty and friendship right there. That's the way you do things. But I was all ready to cut ties forever, you know? Well, glad it didn't turn out like that. But that's my system of cutting ties. You make a date, you make a like, okay, one time, two times, how many more times you gonna do this with this person? Make a plan of what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it, whether it's next time, two more times, whatever it is. When have you had your fill of the bullshit, and then stick to it. That's what you do. And be strong about it, because these people are not going to change. They are who they show us they are. So, well, I'm going to get this uploaded. I appreciate you joining me. I hope I help somebody out there, because I know there's a lot of people that should cut ties with people and they don't. Um, I'm not talking about long-term relationships, or even your kids or whatever. I mean, you know what's right for you in your life. You know what you're willing to put up with or not, and why you would do that. So only you can determine that for yourself. But I'm just saying how I do things. I make a plan. I draw that line, and when it's crossed, yeah, I might let you cross it, but I'm gonna beat your ass the minute you get over on the other side. And that's how I'm feeling today about that. So, all right, everybody, I'll talk to you tomorrow, most likely. Peace and love. from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.